airtime. And to give you an idea, 2 days of television would cost us somewhere in the region of £17,000 just to produce, plus all more costs for satellite trucks and cameras and all the rest of it. To do it live to YouTube, which basically is nearly the same as your television, we're doing it in high definition with high definition cameras. They don't look as big as BBC TVs, but then these are new modern ones. BBC have got older stock, but there we are. But everything works the same.
Very harsh on my employers.
I know. And of course tonight, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who's watching it will be spared the dulcet tones of the TV commentator, because this year he's qualified. Hey? Can't be bad, can it? But no, it is good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. And what's even more pleasing for yourselves is that because I've got a fair few jobs to do now, because I'm disappearing off into the commentary box where I'm probably going to make a right pig's ear of it, I haven't got any time to tell you any jokes. I knew that one would get a cheer, hey? But no, so for the next 2 days, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, on a serious note, you know, for those of you who can come in, obviously it's all free this year. It is something new, and hopefully you'll support it and support the rest of everybody. So from that, we've still got 2 minutes. Tell you a joke? Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know. Who's had a holiday this year? One? Where did you go? Sorry? Torquay. Did you fly or drive? Did you? That probably took you longer to get there than it would have been to fly to Tenerife, the state the roads are in these days. Do you have a nice time? Yeah. Anybody else go on holiday? Looks like you're the only ones who could afford it. Now, I was going to go on holiday, and I went to Gatwick. You know how busy Gatwick is, don't you? And all the queues, and there was this gentleman in a queue, and he really was getting irate. The plane was delayed, and he was really getting irate at the poor girl behind the desk. And in the end, he leant over and demanding to be put in the front of the queue and all the rest of it. And he leant over and he said, "Do you know who I am?" Quick as a flash, the young girl pressed on her intercom and says, "Can anybody help me? This gentleman's forgotten who he is." I thought that was pretty good. But it's the same old thing, isn't it? You know, you get on a plane, ladies and gentlemen, and the first thing they do is they say to you, "We need to read you the safety instructions." You know how it goes, don't you? You know, if the pilot says, "Brace, brace, please bend your head over and kiss your knees. And by the way, our emergency exit, there's 2 in the front, 2 at the side, and there's 2 at the back." I'd like to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to remember that when the plane's done 10,000 foot and hit a rock, because they ain't going to be there. But there we are. Well, it's nearly 6:30, ladies and gentlemen, so once I get the nod through one of the microphones that I've got in my ear that we're ready to go, that's all I'm waiting for. Then I can bring the players on. So if our players are nicely ready. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, nice big round of applause. Please give a warm welcome. He's won the Bromley Tour Card event to get here, and he's up against the none other than David Corkill, and it's Graham Robinson. Have a good game. They've played their trial ends, ladies and gentlemen, and they'll go straight into their match.
24.5 metres.
And of course, it's the first time for us to be on YouTube on the new WBT channel, so it's hopefully all going to be exciting for you. And sitting next to me, of course, is Damien, who's one of the players who's going to be playing later. And Damien's giving us a handout tonight in commentary for the first time. So, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's all new. There may be one or two glitches as we go through it, but we'll iron it out, and we've got a terrific 2 days of high-level competition for you. So sit back and enjoy. Well, there we are, Damien. What do you think to it all with YouTube and everything else?
Oh, I think it's definitely a plus to have the balls streamed live on the internet, and obviously free of charge as well, which also helps.
Yeah, we all know not many bowlers like to pay for anything, do
No,
they?
that's definitely right there, Richard.
And what a match we've got to start off with. None other than the chappie who I'm replacing temporarily, Mr. Corkill, out there, against Graham Robinson, who qualified from Bromley and has gotten himself off to a good start, sitting there with a 2. I'm going to leave it to you mostly to call any shots, Damien. You're one of the young up-and-coming bowlers, so, you know, hopefully you can call the tune, as they say here and there.
Hopefully I'll do a good job there.
Sir, my shot, please. Hot horse short, please. Third ball.
2 feet.
Sorry?
2 feet.
David's playing his runner here down the forehand. Very close.
Looks very good, doesn't he?
Just going to go under.
Yeah, it always amazes me how, you know, players of the calibre of the players that are coming through now in the qualifiers, they can play shots that some of the ordinary club bowlers wouldn't quite see, but they can play them to such precision most of the time.
Yeah, there is a very high standard now, I find, in these qualifying events. Myself, I was in it down at Poole, and the standard was very good down there, and I'm sure it is in the other venues as well.
Yes, as you said, it's part of my role to go around run some of these, and I often say that at the qualifiers you often see matches that are well worthy of television.
Yeah, the standard is very, very high, and as you said, the shot selection and the you know, the precision of him is very good as well.
Yeah. Just wait and see what Mr. Corkill comes up with on this one.
I think it's just a draw on the backhand for him, I think, because Graham's got the back 2 balls.
Is he just gonna slide past? Yeah. So
Always good to get off the mark straight away. First end.
it is.
Settles the nerves.
Well, I think it is. I mean, it's one of the things I try and say to players. This is Graham's first time, and I always say to them that it normally takes 2 ends to settle into it. It's different when you've got cameras and everything on you.
Yes, it is different. Obviously, the crowd as well there.
Yeah, it's a bit quiet this evening. It's the first one, and with only 2 sessions, you know, we have a few in, although we're not packed out. But tomorrow, of course, we've got a full day, and it's I know ticket sales have been truly exceptional, so I'm really pleased at that.
I think that helps the players as well. You know, the good atmosphere also helps the players to perform at their highest levels.
Well, it's one of the things the players say to me about certainly playing at Blackpool. They quite like it because the crowd's there on top of them almost, and it gives you a bit more of an atmosphere.
first draw.
Certainly he's dropping a bit short, but well, I think the difference again is they've both been in practicing this afternoon when there's been a lot more people about, and of course you've had the heat of the day. So
Yes, that's right. It's definitely cool, I'd have thought, now at this time of evening.
yeah, so there's probably about half a yard sort of more on the carpet in pace than there would have been this afternoon. So.
Touch wise, very close here.
Just slid through. And of course there's no shot clock at the UK Masters finals. The main reason for that is that it's not a TV ranking event, and the majority of players coming through would never have faced a shot clock.
No,
So
yeah, it is different. It does give you that added pressure as well on top of everything else.
yeah, so WBT took the decision that, you know, at this stage not to have the shot clock. Everybody can face it when they've won and got
Yes,
through the
that's
tour
right.
cards. And just to explain to the viewers, of course, that the tournament is actually for 2 winners. Unlike many tournaments, which is a single winner, this one is for 2 winners to win what they call a tour card, and that gives them guaranteed access into the following season's TV ranking events, and that's a massive prize to play for, isn't it?
It's very lucrative. And obviously, you get a lot of ranking points you pick up there, as well as the money on top.
Red.
So yeah, you know, it's become very popular. There are 8 Masters events throughout the UK, producing 8 winners, and then they face the 8 winners of the regional qualifiers for the Scottish International Open, and of course the International Open. So it brings a field of 16 to play down to 2 for the tour cards. Very tough to come all the way through it, and then on top of that you have to reach here and try and win again.
I think the standard's going to be high this weekend, obviously, with everyone winning their different events.
As he
I
needs
think
it.
that's the winner.
Yeah, he's got that
Steve's off the mark.
Length 27.5 metres.
And of course we've gone into N2, and it's 1 to Graham and 1 to David.
Good start here by David, very good start.
Yes, I think as both players settle down, it should turn into quite a good match for them.
Yeah, it does take a good few ends to get into your rhythm, get the pace of the carpet. Not quite reaching, I don't think, Green.
No, it looks like I would think that's a good couple of foot short, looking at that.
just got to run as David, just to try and beat his own bull.
Line was perfect.
Yeah.
Just a tad short on the weight, but enough to hold a 2 for the moment. A bit too pacey that looks, but
It's whether he'll come back off the line. Might just be enough.
might be, yes. Of course, the viewers don't realise it, but you and I are stuck in a commentary box way at the back of the rink. We can't actually see the rink. We're watching it live, just like the people at home are on their whatever they're using, their laptops or iPhones or iPads. David looks to have got a good line again.
I think he likes this one. Yeah, he's very close here. Be interesting to see what Graham plays here. It might be a shot down the forehand if he fancies it. Or
Half the ball.
I've not seen Graham play too much, so it's each does look like he's lining himself up there. Yes.
going for the draw, is it? On a good line is where he's got the weight. Just gonna wreck on his front ball. It was a good effort though.
Very good effort. May have done enough just to cut it down to possibly 2 anyway. Definitely not 3 there now, I wouldn't have thought.
I think David's just going to play a similar ball here on his forehand again. Try and get another close ball. It's a high line.
He has gone. But it does come off that. It does come off that hand very well.
Here it comes, now it's coming back. It's another good ball. It's through the head anyway, so if the jack
Yeah.
moves.
It's a good cover ball.
To Graham.
There's still a draw on the backhand for him here, Graham, but there's also a shot down the forehand if you fancy it, a little runner. Could get a couple of balls away.
Which would you play then, Damien?
I think I'd go down the forehand. I think he's just got more options there.
Yeah.
But he's going the backhand.
If he's put a bit of weight on that, I fancy he'll be too
Yeah, I
high,
think he'll
too
just stay
wide.
high.
Yeah.
Just not quite getting.
No.
My goodness.
There's one.
David with the second one.
Oh, it takes a while.
Must be close, umpire's coming on.
Obviously called for a measure. So it's 1 out to Corky. And a measure to see whether he's got 2 or just the 1.
Two coloured bubbles and the blue. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, 2 shots for David.
To Graham.
He's a bit unlucky with his last ball game. He just caught his ball a bit too full. Any more in the angle, and I think he would have got at least second shot out of that.
Yeah. Interesting to note the 2 different styles of delivery as well. In between players, you know, many
Yes.
players have got different styles. David's very smooth. If I remember his nickname from the old days used to be the Panther for his
Track
stride
record,
that he
29.5
used to
metres.
take. again, if you watch David's face, he's total concentration,
Yes, it is
absolutely
yes.
total concentration when he's about to deliver a bowl.
Very focused is David.
Yeah.
Just a bit short of the first ball. Just missed the line going.
He was a bit tight, wasn't he?
Straight was good.
Definitely got a bit more weight on this one.
Yeah, I think he's looking here.
Looking very good, very good.
I think the first two balls are key in singles matches. If you could just get the pressure on with those first two balls, it is hard then to turn over with your third and fourth ball. But this is a good reply.
Very, very good.
Last ball,
reply.
Sharon.
Just
One
probably
red.
just a tad
Is the
through.
jack out, please?
Half a bowl
I
through.
would say
my ball.
he's holding shot now is Graham.
Thank you.
Oh, lucky little bump, he was a bit short there.
Graham now looking to add another one, I think, here.
Well, again, he's picked a good line, but
Yeah.
he's just running through a bit, isn't he?
Just that 2 feet, that's all. It just won't quite get back then to centre.
Yeah.
I think it's a similar ball for D. Just draw into that red shot ball.
I would say so. Just if he can get a little chip and lie there, that will definitely give him a pair down there.
So on his pace from here, his line's very good.
He's looking very good. Is he?
Just needs to chap and light.
Well, that was excellent. That was an excellent shot.
2 green.
I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a bit like his Corky's masterclass that he
Oh,
does
I
at
know.
Scotland.
He's definitely worth listening to, David. He's done it all in the game. Very long and decorated career.
He has indeed. I mean, I think he's currently got, over 135 international caps for Ireland indoor and outdoor together. And I believe that he's very close to getting his 100th indoor cap, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's on 99 at the moment, so he's just got to wait till March now, hopefully, and he'll get his 100.
Of course, one of the other greats, which was earlier on this
Two
year,
shots to
the
David Corker.
internationals held at Stanley, was Andy Thompson got his 100th cap.
Yeah, it's a very good achievement to get 100 caps. And,
Oh, it's magnificent in any sport.
yes, definitely. I totally agree, and it's a good reception Andy had up there as well,
Yeah,
and
superb.
he definitely deserved it. The stuff he's put into bowls.
Yeah, as they say, there's life in the old ones yet.
Yes.
Jack length 29 metres.
Of course, the marker is Sharon, who is new to the WB team. They're giving Sharon a tryout this next 2 days. We always try people are recommended to us. We always try and give them a trial on a non-ranking event first, because it is very different to coming out to act as a marker and an umpire. Certainly when it gets to television bowls, you know, it's easy enough to make a mistake. We all make them, but that's even worse when you've got 6 cameras panning down on you. And you know, at the World Championships, for instance, you had the World Final was seen by 1.6 million people. So we always give new people a try out at these to ease them into it, to see how they feel. Some have even said they've come off and said that it was too much for them. But that's one of the things that WWT can do, is to give people a chance.
Last ball to the
It's not
jack,
easy
6
out
inches
there.
past the jack.
Very important job those markers do. They give a lot of good information to the players when needed.
Yeah, you know, it's. I mean, you've played in many of our qualifiers. You know, there's all the clubs up and down the country that we have to thank, and all the Umpires Association for supplying people. You know, umpires don't get paid in the normal day-to-day club stuff at all, and they do it all free, and you know, they do a damn good job.
Yeah,
Excuse
definitely.
my French.
Without them, it definitely wouldn't happen.
No. Well, David's certainly got his very serious face
Yeah.
on now.
5-1 up in this first set. Looking very comfortable, and he's good again here.
Very good.
This looks the winner.
That's an absolute curler.
Graham might attack this. Oh, sticking just over the
He's
draw.
sticking to his draw. Slightly tighter line, perhaps.
He's got a
Well,
better
he's
weight,
very
might hold
close.
up.
He might just...
That's a very good ball.
Oh, unlucky. Look, the jack travelled. Very unlucky.
Might be 3 here to David.
I would certainly fancy David's holding 3 at the moment. The jack has travelled back enough to make it look like that. Where do you put your last bowl?
3 shots to David
We
Corkill.
haven't-
Might come on the backhand here, Richard. If he gets
Yeah.
past the jack, he's covering the back.
We haven't seen Graham playing an attacking shot yet as such, have we?
No, we haven't. He's stuck to his draw. He's obviously got faith in that. But at the moment, it's David with the 5-1 lead. He's sticking to his forehand, though, David. No, here it comes, bending back.
So he's very good. It's very
Number
good.
4.
Ooh,
Ball out.
just had his bowl out. Surely that's got to be an attacking now, though.
I think it has to be. I think the draw is too precise. I think if he didn't get anything within 18 inches, he's still dropping a 4 here.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely a runner, probably down the forehand to get a few of the green balls away. Yeah, here it comes.
Too wide, isn't he? Too wide with the
Yes.
weight. Well, that will
It's a big
certainly
end.
give David a 4, giving him 9-1.
4 shots to David Corkill.
Looking good now for this first set is David with a 9-1 lead. Only 4 ends left.
Yeah, that's certainly giving Graham a tall order now.
David sticking to this full length jack.
Jack Length 29.5 metres.
It's another good start here.
Yes, David's certainly settled down first, hasn't he?
Good reply
There's
by
a
Green.
decent reply coming up here. Yes, very good, very good reply.
I think that's crucial now for Graham, is to try and get that first and second ball very close, try and put the pressure on David
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
if he is to get back into this set.
Well, that was definitely a wild one from David.
Haven't seen many of them yet from him. And I don't think you want any more. This is another good ball here.
Excellent, excellent.
Very good. Two cards.
2 red.
Who's showing you?
2.
That's the one with listen to Jack high, please.
8 inches. 8 inches to you. In front of the jack.
Okay, thank you. My ball, please.
Bit undecided here, David, as to what hand to play. Sticking with his backhand.
Well, he's certainly positive with his weight. He's not afraid to look for it.
He might have drawn the shot. Yes, a
Well,
great
look
ball
at
by
that.
David.
What
Brilliant
a ball.
1 green.
Like I said earlier, Corky's masterclass.
Definitely a masterclass there. Outstanding ball there by David. Graham down that attacking line. Not sure if he's got the weight to hold it up.
No, I think when you're playing that sort of shot, you do need to remember you just need a little bit of weight to hold it, otherwise it will drift off.
I think it's a very hard shot. I think it's probably one of the hardest in the game. I think is that sort of controlled weight.
Yeah.
I think it might be easier to go more direct at it. David might just cover here. I think 9-1 up in the set, holding the shot. Well in control. Doesn't need to do anything stupid.
No. I'd fancy he'd just sort of pop one round the back there, just to cover himself in case Graham lets go with a flyer.
May even cover one of the spots here.
That's one thing David is very good at. He's very good at looking at the angles and working out where the jack may go. I say may because we all know that sometimes you can hit the head with a runner and the jack goes anywhere but where you thought it was going
There's
to
no
go.
guarantee in this game of where it's going to go. That's a certainty.
Well, he's actually drawn it, look. That's ice cool precision bowls.
2 green.
Very good balls by David there. It's left Graham with no option other than to strike it, I feel. Could get his ball into David's 2.
Yep. Well, he's attacked it again.
He's very close
He's
to his own ball.
got possibility.
Into the
David's
jack.
bowler's gone with it though.
If it was a touch, it's still alive, so he might still be holding.
David is attempting to destroy the set. Took WBT 1.5 days to put up.
Umpire being called into action again. David's ball stayed on there. I thought he went in the ditch. But
Yeah.
good thing for David here, that he's only dropping one at the most. So I think it's a measure for shot. So he's still going to be at least 7 shots up going into the last 3 ends.
Yeah.
Looks red to me.
Well, from precision bowling to precision marking. That was 1 to Graham.
On red.
So that gives him 2 shots overall to David's 9.
Very tall order here to get back into the set. 7 down with 3 to play. Needs a couple of counts here.
I think he's got to be looking for at least a minimum of 2 on this end at least.
Yes.
Be handy to get a 3. Beautiful to get a 4, but I doubt David
Length
will let him
29
do that.
metres.
The way David's playing at the moment, it's going to certainly be hard to pick up a 4.
Well, he's changed the jack length. I noticed that Graham's not gone full length. Picked a nice line, but just a shade short.
Yeah, you just feel he just needs to get that bit closer with his first and second ball, just to give himself some sort of chance. Another good opener here by David.
He's just going to...
Oh, he's just got
yeah.
a front ball.
Yeah, Graham's struggling really to produce a consecutive weight all the time.
David switching hands now to his backhand.
Well, he's got a good line,
It's all on his weight.
but his weight isn't there again. But that often happens, doesn't it, when you've been playing a certain length for most of the match and then somebody changes the length on you. You've got to drop onto that new
Yeah.
length pretty quickly.
It is quite tough on times, but I think Graham had to change the length because David was obviously controlling the full length jack. Graham just missing an opportunity there to put the pressure on.
2.5 feet.
And there was David there just asking how short he had been on his first 2. Looking to try and correct it for his third bowl of the end.
Still struggling with the weight.
He's
Just got past it.
just got enough to take
One
trouble away
green.
from Graham. So once again, David is sitting there holding.
He's playing a runner, I think he had on the forehand, is Graham.
Well, I think
Searching
he's
for-
too wide.
Yeah, I think he was searching for David's ball there.
Yeah.
Just chasing the set. David David's just got a comfortable draw here to try and add another.
He must have a good couple of foot there to draw in for another one.
Obviously another one here, I think will end the set.
If David could pull two here, it would be set, wouldn't it?
So David trying to close the set out with this ball. Just needs to beat the front two reds.
I wonder, did he put it too wide? Is it going to come in enough?
There's a chance.
Yeah.
I think it's only the one though.
It's going to need a... He might ask for a measure, I don't know. It's
Two
difficult
shots
to
and
see
first
safe
set to
from the angle.
David. Cool.
No, just giving it the one. So it's one to David. And obviously first set to Dave.
Track length 28 metres.
Good opening again by David. Starting where he left off on his first set.
That's very good, because quite often what you see is you see a player who's won the first set just mentally relaxes a little bit and doesn't quite switch on straight away in the second set.
Yeah, that's right. It is a psychological thing. Obviously, when you get that first set under your belt, you do, because you're guaranteed a tie break. Then you do tend to relax a little bit. But you just got to try and keep focused, keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, I think that's a mark of a really good player when you see them, you know, absolutely stay focused.
He's close again here. Just a very good ball.
Excellent line, look, absolutely spot back to the centre.
Graham just struggling with his weight here, I think.
Yes, I think he
To
is.
green.
It's a pity, because he's actually picked a really, really good line.
Line spot on there.
His body language isn't as positive as it was in the first set at the start either.
No, it's quite demoralising when David is in very good form.
I mean,
There's so much pressure on him.
Look at this. Well, what's it going to be now, Grant?
I think he's switching hands here to the backhand. Got to try something different.
Yeah, he's
He's playing a
trying
runner.
a running shot. I tell you
Very
what, if he's got the
close.
weight right, he's going to be very, very close here. Could take all.
It's a good
Wow.
ball. It's a very good ball.
Good
there.
bowl. He's probably got it on the respot.
Yeah, I think it goes back on the spot here, and I think that back red ball will get the shot. You two fancy David though to draw this?
Yes, you would. Yeah.
Bending quickly.
Well, I don't know.
Don't think he has. Just gonna fall out, I think.
Hard to tell on the angle,
One
but
red.
I still fancy Graham's holding one.
So a free draw here for Graham to get a good start in his second set. Chance of a double. It's on a good line.
Certainly coming in well.
Okay. That might be 2.
Two red.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a decent start.
Definitely what you needed there after that first set.
Yeah.
Just needs to carry on now and try and get that first and second ball just that little bit closer.
Well, interestingly enough, he's
Jack length 30.5 metres.
virtually gone a full length, Jack.
Picked a good line here with his first ball.
Well, it's not a bad start at
Yes.
all. Perfect line. Just a couple of foot behind the jack.
Just dropping short there, David. Just a couple of feet.
Oh.
It's quite easy just to lose your focus after winning that first set so comfortably.
Graham looks to have picked the right line again, but he's just perhaps a shade too wide. Weight was good
Yeah,
for,
it was good there.
for the length.
Looks to be better here, does David? I think that's the
Yeah,
way.
excellent shot. Excellent ball.
Good try by Graham. I think he's got the shot there.
3/4 of a ball to you. One down.
Well, David obviously tried to pinch that one straight back.
Yeah, it's a similar ball for David. Any drop on any of those two balls should give him the shot, but I think he's just going
Don't
to dip
think-
under.
Yeah,
Just lacking the weight there.
yeah, a bit of a wry smile from him.
There's a chance here for Graham. Any turn on the jack here makes a treble. Only needs to touch it just a
Yeah.
foot.
He's got to be looking for that trail.
Nothing for sure here.
I don't think, no, he's not put the weight behind it.
Definitely a chance there.
I think that was a chance missed, really.
Yes, it was.
That was a
nothing
serious
for
chance
short
missed.
there.
Yes,
No danger at all.
no.
David just weighing up the options here. I think I'd stick to the forehand draw. I don't think there's much else on.
Yeah, I mean Graham's probably not known on the circuit so well, but in March 2014 he was a member of the Hampshire County over 60s team, winning the national final. So obviously no slouch at the game. In 2013, he reached the national outdoor finals for 2 wood singles. So he's a man who's been about.
Yeah, he's definitely been in those national finals. I think he had one outdoor in the open singles as well, back in August 2012. David just sticking to the forehand draw here.
Well, he's got a good line. How's the weight? No, the weight's coming off.
One red.
So Graham Robinson picks up a single.
Definitely what you need to know in the second serve. It's a good start, and he's got that 3-0
That
lead.
gives Graham a 3-0 lead.
Jack length 29 metres.
It's another good start here.
No, he's got a cracking start there.
So important, that first ball. Just makes the opposition player think about what he has to do. Just puts the pressure on.
And it doesn't take that much to put added pressure onto your opponent, does it?
No.
If you can start getting your numbers 1 and 2 bowls in. Good reply from David. Very good reply. Of course, David will be used to the pressure. He's been about televised bowls for quite a number of years now. And as well as all of his caps. One of the new tournaments coming to Blackpool Newton Hall in October is Super Bowl with Flat Green playing against Crown Green. That's hopefully going to be staged in October. And of course, David Corkill was one of the masters of it, who won the Granada Super Bowl twice. So he would be well used to it. So he's one of the founding members, of course, as well, of the Professional Bowls Association. Look at that for a reply.
Very good balls there by David.
Very good.
One red.
I mean, may not have got the shot, but he's certainly trying to shut Graham out from getting any more.
Definitely keeping it tight there. No chance really of dropping a count with those sort of balls.
Sharon, can I come up and have a quick look? Thank you.
This one is just coming behind again, I think.
Well, I remember when I used to play bowls a lot, one of my people who taught me used to say to me, a bowl is no good in front, it's always better behind.
Yeah, it's never wasted behind. More often than not, you see the jack moving backwards rather than forwards. You do see on the odd occasion it going back at the green, but
Yeah, the odd surprise.
but no, it's more often than not it does go towards the ditch. I think Dave will keep on his forehand here. Even if he just drops past it, stops Graham picking up a chance of a count. It's on a narrow line.
I wonder if he's looking with enough weight to try and just squeeze past his own, but he's the weight was right, just a shade too tight.
Down the hunting line there, I think he was just looking for his own bull.
Just to give that a nudge to rock Graham's out of the head.
Graham switching to the forehand here now. Might be looking to trail the white himself.
Well, can his bowl come back in time?
Is he?
It's
Don't know when
just
he
going to
took the
drop
weight.
off, isn't it?
The line was very good.
Yep.
Be interesting to see what David plays here. I don't think he'd go too attacking because he doesn't want to get his own 2 balls out. If he catches his side ball, could get the 2 away, and he doesn't really want that.
No, I think he's doing what you suggested in the first time. I think he's looking at possibly just playing onto his bowl to try and rock Graham's out. Be interesting to see what he does actually play.
Yeah, he's down that hunting line again, just looking for his left.
All down to
left
his
green
weight
ball
now.
Here. He's
Very close. Very, very close. I
Just
think
needs a
he's
full
got
contact. Oh, it's a great
it.
ball.
What a bowl! I mean, that is a masterful.
Brilliant ball there. One down. Made the count with a 3, I think he did there. Well needed as well after being
3 shots to David Corkill.
Yeah,
Great shot
definitely
there,
3
David.
shots to David.
Squares the second set up there.
Yes, it
Graham had a
does.
good start.
Yeah. So we go 3 all.
Jack length 28 metres.
Promptly gone virtually straight away to the full length jack again.
Yeah, it's where he found his rhythm in the first set. Again down this forehand. Bends back very nicely to the jack.
Yeah, look at him. He's just gone through maybe a foot, that's all. And this time it's Graham who's falling short.
Yeah, David wouldn't want this to go to a tie break, the form he's been playing so far, especially in after the first set. Looking to close it out in 2 sets here.
Very good again, just that 1 foot through. Still plenty of room for Graham to get himself back in there.
Still lacking that weight. Line's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's critical when you're at this stage where you've got to be on the game, where you've been given a let out and you don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage of any slip up. Where David's playing, he hasn't given many away.
No, look at this.
Number 3. Still a bit of room though for Graham to draw. He's switching hands here.
Well, his weight looks better this time.
Yeah, he's close here.
Doesn't want to hit the jack, but if he can just stop.
Yeah, he's got at least second right.
He's got a second bowl. David still holds one.
It's a very good measure.
In fact, the marker has obviously just indicated that it's a very good measure. That, I think, is very good from a marker, where a marker doesn't take a guess.
No,
There's
it's
nothing worse than getting there, having been told you're one up and you're actually not.
it is crucial to make the right decision.
How many times in qualifiers have you been told you're definitely holding, only to find that you're actually shot down? So, I think it's a good call where an
Yeah.
umpire stroke marker is prepared to say it is a measure.
Just switching to the backhand here, David. Just looking to get inside his own ball.
Well, if he can bend enough.
He's very close. That's the winner.
Well, he's made certain of it now.
Very good ball there by David.
So he's definitely holding one, possibly two when it comes to a measure, if it's not disturbed by Graham.
Graham sticking to the forehand here. There was a possibility of him changing to rest that ball, but he's sticking to the forehand. He's on a tighter line. He's just going to go in.
He's lost his weight again. Well,
Definitely won there.
2 to David Corkill.
conceded 2 to David. So David goes 5-3 up, going into the fifth end.
Graham needing to dig deep now here.
Jack length 27 metres.
Yes, I've been on the receiving end many a time where I've lost the first set and gone into the second set, and you're scrapping about trying to find your weight, and there's nothing worse than that when you're actually scrapping all the time to find your weight or your line. It's not easy.
I think you just got to try and dig deep and keep as tight as possible, and then hopefully maybe pinch the second set and then go into a tie break. Because he's still in this second set, is Graham. It's 5-3 to 4 ends. Just needs to improve on those first 2 balls.
It's a pity because quite often he's finding the right line. It's just the weight he's a bit short on.
Yeah, I think his line is very good. It's just, as you said, it is the weight.
And here comes David again. No let up. Absolutely no let up whatsoever.
He misses with his first, he's always there with his second. Has he got the weight?
No, I do believe he's short again. Another good line from David.
Yeah, I think he's very good again here.
It's still open there for Graham, though.
It's
still there to get there.
Just got to find that right weighted ball.
Well, the line this time is good. This one looks a lot better.
Yeah, he's close here. Just needs to
run a bit now. Well, oh, look at that. He flicked the jack and then fell backwards. So I suspect that is 1 to David. David just popping down to have a quick shufty. And of course, this is the first match of the evening. The next match of the evening is Duncan Christie, who is a qualifier from Dolphin, up against Gary R. Smith. who was a former 2012 tour car champion. So Gary won't be any stranger to this. And Gary's a very good player in his own right. So I think our audience have got another cracking match to come after this one.
Yeah, I remember seeing Duncan down at Poole, and he did do very well there to qualify. And I think he beat Di Posset in the final, so he was on good form. And as you said, Gary last year winning the tour card, used to the venue, should be a good game.
Yeah. Well, here comes David again. Same beautiful line.
Just dropping short.
Well, that's dropped, so
Definitely a chance here for Graham to draw the winner.
yes, it's still there. And it is just a straight door. I don't think there's another shot there to play.
No, I think it's definitely done the backhand. Just draw around David's last ball. Anything past there should get the shot. All on his weight.
Well, I think he's pushed it. Definitely pushed it.
One shot to David Corkill.
So David takes yet another single to go 6-3 into the sixth end.
Yeah, that's 3 consecutive ends now David has scored after being 3-0 down. Certainly in control of this match now.
So poor old Graham, who's come up from Surrey, probably had a 4.5
Jack
hour
length,
drive to
28
get here.
metres.
It's looking like a short stay for him.
Yeah, when you've travelled that distance, it's always hard. You know, you're bound to be a little bit tired from the journey. But as you said, you'd want your tournament to last a bit longer, just to make the journey worthwhile.
Yes. Here comes David again. I mean, look at this. It's just
It's very good.
relentless, isn't it? You know, there's just absolutely hardly any let up at all.
Drawn him very well, David. I think he's playing with XPs, Drake's Pride XPs on there.
Yes, yeah. I think he's the first one to have played with the XPs actually on the rink.
This is a good reply.
Yeah. Well, that is probably one of Graham's
Very
best
good.
shots so far.
No, you've got a quarter of an inch to you.
David asking if there's any gap.
Just dead in line still. Is it off to the side?
No, it's dead
And
in line.
is the jack straight in line with it?
Just to draw it up to his own ball, I think here. Any movement should give him the shot. Because I think Graham's ball is just going to go out the head if you just any touch on it. It's very close.
Just dropped a bit short. But still in a good place actually, because it's going to make life a little bit awkward for Graham should he wish to change hands.
I think he is. He's gone to the forehand.
Yeah.
Well, certainly tried. Just again, just a little bit short.
Yeah, that's all
Maybe
it
a
was.
touch wide.
It's not a bad lie here for David, even though he is one down. Any sort of reaching ball, any sort of contact, I think is good for him. Especially on his own ball.
Yeah, he's certainly got an option there to perhaps again just to try to rock Graham's out. certainly taken the line for it.
Yeah, it's a good line on his pace now. Just going to drop under, I think.
Yeah. Still got bowls in a good position though, just in case Graham does do anything inadverse there.
Not much on here for Graham. He's just got to pass his own ball. Just like to get past the jack here. Give himself some sort of chance. It's not a bad effort.
Good line. It's coming in very, very well.
That's a good ball, that is. Very good.
Could just...
One red.
Well, that's a very good bowl now.
I think that's third ball. Down that attacking line again here. Has he got enough weight to hold it up?
Don't think so. I think it's just going to drift again. But he wouldn't do anything too silly here because he could, if he took his own bowl away, drop a 2.
Graham here might look for the backhand, any touch on his own ball to try and might be able to bring the back one in. Even if he does get David's second ball, he's not doing any damage.
He's certainly looking for it.
Will he
I think
get
he's
back?
No, he's gone too wide. Seems to be one of Graham's things when he goes that hand. He does seem to push it out just that bit too far each time. His weight wasn't too bad for it.
Just
a
doesn't
bit
quite
too
get
wide.
back as much
No.
as the other side.
One red.
No,
But he picks up a shot.
it's a single to Graham.
Keeps him in the set and also the match.
Well, there you've got the picture of the 2 trophies underneath the Co-operative Funeralcare's caption. I mean, they've been very good to World Bowls Tour over the years. I know the cooperative group are having their problems, but you know, at the same time, they've been very good to bowls. They've not just WBT, but to grassroots
Track length
bowls.
29
They've
metres.
pumped in a fair bit of money over the years, so it's a shame to see them going through their trials and tribulations, but they're not the only company to have ever had that. So, you know, WBT, I'm sure, would always say thank you to the Co-operative Funeralcare for all their support. And it was the Co-operative Funeralcare's idea to actually try to set this YouTube up with free streaming so that people could watch bowls for free. Taking a bit to get underway. And this is the first tournament trying to do it. Well, once again, David has
First ball
opened
again.
up and put Graham under pressure with the first ball.
Just going to drop under there, Graham. Again, lacking that weight.
I still hold.
One green.
Just switching hands here, Graham, down the forehand. Trying to promote his own bull, I think.
I don't think he's put the weight on again,
No,
though.
he's just lacking that weight. Can't afford to be short when you're down.
No, he's just not had a lot of consistency, has he, Damien? It's
No.
not been there in the match, really.
He has struggled with his weight. As you said, his line has been quite good. It's just the weight he is struggling with. And David with his very good bowls again, just putting the pressure.
Well, that's
Two
definitely
green.
2 to David.
Graham with 1 ball to come. I think he might attack on the forehand here. Just trying to keep himself in the set.
I mean, it's a shame really because, as you know, at the qualifiers, they're not easy to win. And Graham's come through it the hard way. He wasn't just given anything. He had to play five matches solidly. Well, there's a result.
Got a result there.
Or has he? Has that jack still gone through?
Definitely cut it down. It's only 1 at the most. David having a close look. I think you'll fancy Dave to draw this with his last ball anyway, even if he was 1 down.
Yeah. Yeah. Depending on the angle, that could be 1 down to David, but I don't know.
The way he's been playing 4 feet,
See the marker, please. John, thank you.
there's nothing really. He's on a good line.
He's definitely pushed it wide enough. All on his weight.
Yeah, I think this is the winner.
Absolutely coming in perfectly. Well, that's definitely the shot.
1 green and a measure.
So,
Just going to measure for the second shot, I think, here.
yeah, that was the shot bowl they've just rolled out of the picture.
Yeah, it looks like 2
Yeah.
from here.
2 to David. Yeah, they've rolled the other bowl away,
Two
so
green.
it's definitely 2 shots for David, giving it 8-4 going into the 8th end.
Yeah, it's a tall order here now for Graham. 2 ends left. Needs 5 shots. Obviously a draw would be enough for David to go through.
Yep. David again going for the
Jack length
long
27 and a
jack.
half metres.
Just going to drop short a bit this time.
Yeah, very rare, but he has. Giving Graham a slight chance here. Needs this first ball, really.
Well, he's not looking too bad.
Yeah, this is a better start here from Graham. Just that 18 inches.
David again has got a beautiful height on his bowl.
Just running through, I think. So another chance for Graham.
Yeah, Graham's still got the 1. Little shake of the head from David there.
Yeah, you'll just want to close this set out now.
Yeah.
been playing so well, you feel that he needs to win it in 2 straight sets. Just dropping short again, Graham.
Like I said, it's a really great shame because I think it's the length that has really caught Graham. You know, his the width that he's playing, his line that he's taken have mostly been really, really good. It's just been his weight.
Yeah, the line's been excellent. It's just the short balls, really. If he's failed short.
And of course, David will soon jump in. There we go.
1 green.
So David now takes the shot away. So David Corkle has shot.
Just a couple of inches to you.
Well, he's certainly up with this. Just needs the white. Yeah, he's got
Well, that's
it.
a clean pick. So well done, Graham.
Big ball there by Graham. Just kept his hopes alive.
Yeah. David never lets anything away in his face, does he? He's always Mr. Cool, Mr. Calm.
Be a good poker player with David. Doesn't give much away.
No, he's very studied, very collected, is David.
I think he might just go on the forehand here to draw the shot. Might be too much debris on the backhand.
He's got a very smooth action, hasn't he? He's very calm, very smooth coming off the mat.
I think that's crucial, is to have a smooth delivery. It's definitely get consistency with a smooth delivery. It's not
he's
easy
not
if
too
you.
happy with it. He's gone through. So
There's a chance here for Graham.
Right.
Needs to make this one count, you feel.
if Graham can get a 2 here, that does put him back in with a shout.
Yeah, it would leave him needing a 3 on the last end then, instead of a 4.
I know it is a bare shout for it, but
Held on to him, had to push him to the last second. He was heavy. Next out last minute.
Well, he's playing backhand here. Just a little bit surprised by that. Could get wrecked on one of the short balls.
I agree. I would have thought it would have been. He's done it again.
Yeah, just
Golden opportunity.
One red to David
that
Robinson.
So he picks up a single. So it's 8-5 to David going into the last end of the second set.
Graham needing a full house here to take this match into a tie-break.
Yeah, and I think against David that's going to be a very tall order.
It is, especially the way he's playing.
Yeah.
Drawing a lot of tight balls. It's going to be hard to pick up a count.
Track length 30 metres.
Well, Graham's not really tried to adjust the length in any way to try and gain a tactical advantage.
Yeah, it is a strange one, that. You've got to try and throw your opposition out of their rhythm. But it's a short ball, it's not going
Well,
to help him.
Not at all, you know. It's almost if he's gone walkabout. David will be keen to drop one on or very close to it. Here he comes.
Yeah, it's a good start.
You know, that's what, about a foot away, do you think?
Yes. It's all you need, really,
You know.
when you're 3 up going to the last end. It'd be hard to pick up a 4 from this position though, especially with that first ball. Much better with the second here though.
Come on, Red.
Yeah, well played. Very good there by Graham.
It is good correction. The only problem is, like you said earlier, a draw's no good for him.
No.
Somehow he's got to make a 4 out of it, which is going to be very difficult against David, particularly as he dropped his foot. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, very good reply there. Closing this match out well here, David.
Job done. Well, he's having a little punt here, but you know, they think it's all over. It's,
Yeah, I can't see you making a 4 out here.
no, it's going to be practically impossible for Graham. It's a shame, but David has really played well, though. I mean,
Yeah, he
it's,
has.
you know,
You've given him no room at all to get into his rhythm.
no. So, you know, and to the viewers, please don't rush away once this match is over. There'll be a few other bits and pieces, and then, like we were saying earlier, you've got Duncan Christie against Gary Smith to come, so it's going to be well worth staying to watch.
Could be his final ball.
I think he's just playing one just to see if he can clear anything whatsoever to give himself even an inkling, but he's missed, so really that's...
One shot, second set and the match for David Caulfield.
2 sets and match to the old Pink Panther. So he'll be returning to his normal day job very shortly.
Back in the box.
Back in the box. Releasing me to go and do my normal job. This is the first time I've done commentary, so it was. It's different, and it's always novel to see what other people's jobs entail. You know, and I have to give it to David. I mean, David will do it match after match after match, and you know, he puts so much effort into it all. So. You know, it's how many times? This is your first time
This
doing
is my
commentary?
first time as well, Richard. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a good experience though, and as you said, David does a fantastic job along with John and Andy, who sometimes comes in
Yeah.
here. But yeah, it's been a good
Yeah,
experience.
well, I think it's good. You know, we try and bring in bowlers like yourself because you can give your own perspective on it, and I think that's good for the sport, good for the game, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. You know,
But, it's. I just think the whole thing is good, and especially trying it on YouTube now. It's something I think bowls has needed for a long time.
yes, yeah. You know, just to be able to stream it and for people to watch it for free of charge is hopefully a lot of people would have tuned in tonight.
Well, it's funny, you know, I was thinking that as we were commentating on the match, I was thinking about it. It's strange sat here doing the commentary, and you're also thinking at the same time, God, I wonder if anybody's listening to my voice on this. You know, it's a whole different atmosphere.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And it's something new. You can pick it up on your iPhones, your iPads, and you wonder how many people are actually watching. But I'm sure the technical gurus can tell us a bit later.
They'll work it out, I just thought.
Oh, you've had 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I think it's been good for the sport. Certainly given me a new perspective on what you have to do, sitting watching I mean, again, the viewers may not know it, but we don't actually see the game live. So we're actually seeing what they're seeing and commentating on it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's something different, isn't it? something different.
It's an experience.
Definitely is. Definitely is that. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that are watching, we'll be back on in a few moments. Like I said, Duncan Christie and Gary Smith will be on, and of course tomorrow, don't forget, we're on at 9:30 in the morning, 2 p.m, 6:30 in the evening, and then again on Sunday. And it's all free, so please tell your friends to use the channel to watch what we hope will be some really good sport for you all. So thanks very much, and we'll see you again in about 5 minutes. Thank you.
Well, welcome back for the second of our first round matches here at the Co-operative Funeralcare event in Newton Hall in Blackpool. See Gary R. Smith from England playing against Duncan Christie, unknown face at these events, and a new qualifier. So the boys are just rolling up and down, getting their trial ends out of the way, settling into the match. Richard Madison will introduce the two players. They'll walk down to one end.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed the last match, and we've got another cracker coming up for you now. Let's give a warm welcome. He's come from Dolphin, having won that qualifier, up against another English international. Let's give them both a round of applause. Duncan Christie and Gary Smith.
Won this event last year, secured his tour card for all the WBT events.
They played their trial ends, they'll go straight into their match.
Qualified yet again, and a very, very good competitor, Gary Smith. He's been around a long time, English international skip. So Duncan Christie,
jack length 30 metres.
From Reading. Certainly have his work cut out, there's no doubt about that. One of the problems of playing against anybody who is new to you, and this will be the problem for Gary R. Smith, is that you're not quite sure what you're going to get. So you just have to feel your way into the match, see what it's like. The rink is playing very wide this evening. Balls are going very high on the line, coming back all the way into centre rink. Gary Smith plays. Gary Smith plays with a strong ball. So he'll be pushing them out, letting the ball do the work. He comes from very fast green, Stanley Indoor Club. Excellent surface there. A wide forehand away from the commentary position. Coming down a good line again. Anything in front of the jag is quite useful. A little bit on the short side. Might force his opponent onto the backhand.
I favour two. It's very close.
Sounds a little bit more difficult in terms that if you go out slightly wide, it just doesn't come back to the centre rink. Need a strong bias ball. Has to have a little bit of weight on this one though. Pushed it under. Classical delivery of Gary Smith. Should be better with this one. Any touch on his own is good, but prefer to slide pie it, and that's even better. Pushed it right in front of the jack. Looks to me like he's probably line 3. He's got that little bump on delivery, but he seems to do it every ball, which means he doesn't need to worry about it too much. But he has to hurry with this one. Oh, it's not reaching. It's a good start for Gary Smith. Line 3 and a ball to come. Well, normally we would say it's a straightforward draw, but first end of any event, it's never that easy. And he's missed the chance. Spare shot going. Have to settle for the treble. Two being conceded, and going to measure for the third.
What do you think? It's very close.
Both the balls have had a little chalk put on them just to make sure they don't fall over.
Three shots to go.
Three confirmed. Very good start for the English international. And Gary Smith has been around the game for a long time, concentrated for so long and playing for England, playing national championships. In the last couple of years he's moved on to the World Bowls Tour scene, winning PBA qualifiers and coming through to the tour card very quickly. A sign that he's a very good player. This looks like a good starter. Well done. Good delivery. Once again, onto the big swinging side of the rink.
One green.
He's just missed the chance. A little bit wide with that one to add another shot. Against a player of this calibre, it's the sort of thing that you'd be wanting to do. Get your first one in, follow it up with a second. Gary dropping short. Longer jack lengths, I find the rink just a little bit on the pushy side. Played a few short balls myself in my match, so you sort of give yourself that extra little impetus. Get to the jack or go through. That's better. Well done. Number one. Through the green. Puts the pressure on. And Gary will still be drawing. He won't be doing anything else. He'll still be pushing this on the backhand, just trying to draw the shot if he can. Backhand draw. He can't play the weight shots. Gary Smith, he's a very good skip for England, but his strength is really on the draw. Just needs to get past his own front one though. Well, it's a help. He's pushed his own ball in.
One red.
Could well be number one. Oh, Duncan Smith has got a chance here to take the ball out for two. If he stays in the head, he gets an extra one for three. Be a good reply after losing a treble on the first end, but he must reach this on a slightly narrower line. He's certainly looking for it. Oh, he's in the area. Just needs to get the ball clean through the gap. There he goes. To the green. Very well played shot.
2 shots to Duncan Christie.
No hesitation with that one, Richard. He just decided to play through it.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier when you were playing, David. I'm surprised you've still got some breath to be able to commentate coming straight into the comm box from your match, but you know, it's a different perspective when you're sat in here doing this job that you do. And I have to be the first one to say that first time in a comm box for me, and boy, do you learn a lot of stuff all the time. You know, so I'll take my hat off to you, David, having played a match and then come straight in, no break at all, to do this superb.
The only thing I'm missing out on is a lovely cold glass of wine. That's all. And I'll get that later. It'll be fine.
I'm sure you will.
It'll be fine. It's not so bad coming in when you win. It's when you lose it becomes difficult. That's all. But the rink is playing well, and it's a good perspective for me to get the opportunity to play in this event, having qualified, and it's a really good idea of how well this rink is playing.
Well, as I was saying to Damien, David, you know, I don't think people realise that just to get through a qualifier, it's a massive tackle job to do. And then to get here and to play as well as you did, it's full marks.
Well, it's about 4, 5, 6 games. It all depends on the draw. Usually in one day. But it's worthwhile. You know, from my perspective, I like to play in the qualifiers because it keeps me close to the players. Gives me an idea of what they're doing and the standard they're playing at. But it's still nice to go out, and I know there was a queue to sit here in the comm box, have a go at me. So, but there were a lot of players at the side of the rink, I have to say, being led by our good old friend Danny Dennison, who was in charge of the cheer squad. But Danny, who was here before as well, regular in the World Bowls Tour qualifying events, and has done very well to qualify yet again.
Yeah, Danny is certainly one of the ones that when you see his name in the qualifier draw, you know, it's a name to be feared, the same as Gary Smith is.
Yes, he's a good player. Certainly be one of the favourites to get through this, as we see Duncan Christie just eyeing this up, and I just wonder, it looks like he should be drawing it, but the impression he's a good running ball player, this man. Sticking to the draw.
Yes, I've not seen... the only time I've seen Duncan play is twice at qualifiers, and he was quite impressive. But it's a different thing when you come to play on a rink with people watching you and TV cameras on you. It's a different ball game.
Big wide draw. Gary will be used to this coming from the Stanley Indoor Club. Excellent place where they hold the Home International Series. A lot of us really enjoy it there. wonderful green. But here at Newton Hall, this blue rink has proved to be very, very good for a lot of players. Gets a lot of compliments. And this isn't an easy one for Duncan to get to because he's pushed it out a little bit wide and there's just no way it gets back unless he's absolutely perfect on the weight.
Certainly looking for it.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Certainly looking good here.
Oh, good ball. That was a really good ball. That's not a particularly easy hand. You just need to make one slight error and probably force Gary Smith onto it now. Turn of the ball or turn of the jack. Inside line for Gary. Needs to allow the ball to come back to the jack.
It's very close, is he?
Yes. Oh, it's a good effort now. I don't think he's pushed it enough though. Looks like it's still going to be 1 to green.
Shots, Duncan Christie.
A tricky enough customer. Duncan Christie, he's obviously capable of playing the weight shots. Drew his way out of trouble on that end.
Again, I think both players of their calibre, certainly within the qualifiers that I've been privileged to watch them both at, have proved their mettle. But it does come down to the match on the rink. When there's people watching you, David, and you know you've got TV cameras looking at you, it puts a slightly different bit of pressure on you, do you not think?
Well, there's always that little bit of pressure. It's I think you just
28
ignore
and a
those
half
things.
metres.
That's all. Some people do, some people don't. Some people revel in it. We've seen some wonderful players come to tour events and they've really struggled. And there's been others that we haven't seen before who have revelled in it and played really well. But I think the whole idea is to get the opportunity to play in these type of things. That's the key to it all. You want to test yourself. But I knew a few times when I played in the last match that some of the crowd were saying, long before I possibly knew it, the ball was good. They could see it and not particularly worried about voicing their opinion, which I think is good as well. They knew if I wasn't up.
Well, I think about voicing opinion, things could be a bit different in October when the Super Bowl's played here with a Crown Green crowd in there.
Absolutely. I think they will definitely be very vocal and it's a good thing. I have to say though, every time I went to the mat it was complete silence and I didn't worry about it. I'm not too, one of these players not too concerned about absolute silence when I'm on the mat. But the crowd were very good.
Duncan Christie missed his line there quite a bit.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you miss it with your first one, you could be in a slight bit of bother just trying to make the correction. This is better from Gary. Looking for centre line.
2 red.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
Behind the jack, is it?
Yeah, it's,
Gary won this here
3
in
inches past jack height.
2012,
Thank you.
so he's no stranger to the actual tournament.
Well, this forehand, I have to be on a slightly narrower line. Just holds off a little bit. Well, it's more the weight than anything else, but I expect Gary to add another. And the extra experience that Gary has, he'll know he'll be trying to crowd the head with a lot of balls and just hope that Duncan has a bad end and hit him heavily. Still a bit of space though. Has to be reaching. Oh, he's not there, and this is going to be costly.
3 red.
Bit of a wayward end from Duncan Christie, and that's going to hurt. Minimum 3. Looking good for 4 with this one. Well, it's hard in a tight game if you start losing big counts. Well, there's 3 out. Duncan's looking at a potential measure on the last one. Difficult to see from our angle, of course. But it won't take too long for the marker and the umpire to sort this out.
Yes, I was saying in the first match, David, that people watching at home may not realise, but as commentating, you're actually watching exactly what they're watching. So.
Yes, it's an old adage.
3 shots to Gary Smith.
Commentate from the monitor, not from what you can see. In this particular position we're in, it's completely separate from the rink. Some events we have commentary boxes that you can actually see the venue, but not this one. But I have to say, it's very comfortable in here. Gary Smith, 2 trebles.
Jack length 27 metres.
And the key to it, if you're going to lose an end, try and lose a single, 2 at the most. When you score heavily. Don't get much emotion from Gary Smith, but
Well, I think you're a fine one to say that. We were actually saying during your game, David, that you don't show any emotion either. Just always we noticed you had firm concentration all the time, which is one of the things about playing a 2-set game. You still had that same concentration going into the second set, whereas some players winning the first set tend to relax sometimes.
there's a danger of that, and we see it so often in these events at the second set, especially if you win the first set reasonably comfortable, and it was for me because Graham just didn't find it the first set, but he certainly played a lot better in the second. You have to keep your concentration, and it's lovely to have interaction with the crowd, and it's great, but you want to do well, you want to put some pride into it as well. It's a little touch to the green ball, I think. We've already given the shot away.
1 green.
Of course, the other thing we were saying was this is WBT's first venture into the realms of the internet with free-to-view streaming, which we hope will benefit certainly bowls and our other events to come. One never knows. I'm getting a very wry smile off Mr. Corkill on that one.
Yeah, you've done your PR bit now for this match. But it is good. It's lovely that around the world eventually people will get the message that they can go on to these events, and the more the better, certainly as far as the players are concerned, and people watching as well. There's a lot of friends back home are plugging into this. 1 or 2 have texted me to say they'll be watching with a pint in their hand.
Last ball is 15 inches short.
Probably criticising me as I was playing, but no doubt they'll let me know. All fun, that's all. You have to have a thick skin in this game. But this man, well, he's certainly no slouch. He knows how to play the game, but he's just got a little bit of a lack of consistency at the moment. Now, Duncan, can you slide in underneath this and stay in the head? Just need to hurry, just need to run. Not quite. Bit vulnerable here. 1 bowl against 2 seconds. It's a sort of event that players will sit on the sidelines and watch you as well, and In some respects, that can be quite intimidating. They're there in the background. Boys are coming over from Ireland. It's international colleagues, Stephen Coleman and Ian McClure. And during the match, there was quite a few others, including Danny Dennison, as I was saying earlier. And some of the comments were as expected. Let's put it that way.
None too flattering.
Gary looking for the ball. Got his own to punch up, but we prefer to get the ball clean.
Oh, it's just gone through.
Big effort. Big effort. Nice weight for the job. Duncan, have a good look around us. If you're lining the shot, and we think you are.
One shot's Duncan Christie.
Yep, that's it. Just say to Gary, what do you think? That's the best way.
No. How you got through that gap, I don't know.
Interesting, he didn't bother with his last delivery. But obviously didn't feel confident to draw another one there. I can't blame him sometimes. You just want to get that shot, and you certainly do want to make a mistake. And you can, the green's certainly swingy enough and fast enough that you can make a mistake on this.
I know when I used to play many moons ago that if I was holding a shot and I felt I could be a danger to myself, I would do the same, just take my single, just in order to have the mat for the next end.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
A lot depends on just how you're feeling on the day. If you're feeling confident and you're playing well, it's you're not too concerned, but just occasionally it's just not worth it. So good start needed here for Duncan. He needs to get this first ball going. Anything within a foot or so takes the pressure off.
Certainly got a good line.
No, it's not bad. Very easy to fall short.
Gary certainly played a good line again with a superb weight.
Well, they're good balls there. Good receivers is what we say, and Gary will be aware of that. Anything to the jack or beyond will be valuable. Well, we're still watching it. I must think it's reasonably close. And it is right on the noggin, as they say.
2 red.
Don't touch her.
Gap is 4.5 inches.
Thank you. This is not an easy one to get out of. Those two balls provide a very narrow target.
What's the back green ones?
Dropping short. It's not going to
No
help.
screen.
He really wanted to be attacking the
2.5
two
feet
balls.
back.
This will find Gary coming deep to the green ones as for cover.
Again, he picked a good line, but
He hasn't pushed it.
just dropping short a bit.
It's actually not bad though. It's provided a little bit of cover. If you're not going to make the back position, add another shot, and the pressure's on now for Duncan Christie to make a change here, and the head shot doesn't look too easy. He's playing for it. Does stand up for a long time, and then it whips away quickly.
Just going to catch the edge now, just gone.
Hard shot to play. Very difficult shot to play, and once again, He's going to lose heavily on an end.
So do you think you'd have been, not you personally, but do you think a player would have been better off sort of going with much more weight and a narrower line at that to try and disturb the head?
It varies, Richard. I was playing with slightly different weight, but to be truthful with you, it was more a matter of attacking with the third ball. He created the problem by not being up with the third ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the difficulty. Gary Smith's added another.
Popping another one in there. Make it 4.
So 2 threes and a 4 for Gary Smith. That's the sort of thing I was talking about. It's if you want to lose ends, lose singles, 2 at the most, and that's what's happened. Duncan Christie's won 3 ends and scored 4 shots. Gary Smith has won 3 ends and scored 10. I don't expect this set to go all the way through.
Well, it's a big uphill battle now for Mr. Christie to get to.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
Just looking at Gary's delivery, David, and he's always very smooth with it.
As I was saying that earlier, he's got a very easy delivery. It's been the same for many years. Gary and I have had some good battles, and I've skipped against him when he's been playing for England. I've been playing for Ireland, and it's never changed. He's a nice, lovely way he plays the game. He plays the game on a drawing game and draws his way out of a lot of trouble. But he also has the weight shots. Good man manager, good skip.
Better reply from Duncan.
There's the correction. It's really all he needs to do at this stage, just keep putting them close. And Duncan will have to chase it over the next 3 ends. He needs multiples. One's not enough. He's going to be forced into playing the hard shots. And when I was talking about the hard shots, that's one of them. That's difficult to play.
Like you said the last time, David, if you don't get it spot right, it just whips away at the last minute.
Gary going deep. Any movement of the jack. That ball is the receiver. This will be the correction. The problem with this is if you push out too wide, it doesn't get back.
Just get a ride off.
Ooh, well, didn't quite see it that way, but he'll take it. Although I still think it's 1 to red.
Yes. A bowl short.
This will force Gary in to put another one close. Damien Dubber watching now. Practice with Damien earlier today. Well done, Gary. That's another one in the hand. That's what he wanted. Duncan has still got a chance to remove the 2 balls. Not easy, but possible. Yes, he's a very good young Welsh player. One of the up-and-coming ones. Been around a while now. Probably looking to take over the mantle of people like Robert Wheel and John Price, and I sincerely hope he gave John Price a hard time in the last match when he was in the commentary box. I did warn Pricey. Price, of course. John has been actually for the last couple of years the highest ranking of the Welsh player still. Great stalwart of the game. This is close. Got a chance with this. Ball first and then the other one. Oh, he's just dropped away. Unlucky. That was in the area. Didn't get the best result this time.
2 shots to Gary Smith.
Just waiting to see if it's 2 shots or not. If it is 2, it doesn't really make any difference. They still will be playing the end out. If it is 2 shots, mathematically possible to draw the set with 2 4s. So we'll continue with the 8th end, but we expect it to be the last end of this first set.
Yes, it might be mathematically possible, but against Gary, it's rather unlikely.
Yeah, it's
They're
not
playing
very
28
probable.
metres.
Gary would be very glad to get this first set out of the way. He's just nice drawing practice end. Make sure your opponent's not in any position to pick up a heavy score.
Well, there's the first one. Right on target. Well, oh,
Unlucky. Needed to pick it up on his teeth and move through, as we would say in the game. Needed it centre bowl. Still useful behind the head though.
Gary's again picked a good line. This,
Wanted to pass it.
yeah.
Duncan a chance to turn this jack for a double. That was a good effort. Just didn't push through. It's a good ball, but his next one will have to punch it through onto the jack and follow.
Gary looking to come round behind possibly just to shut that out, but just a bit short.
I think he has to take a chance here. He must punch the ball onto the jack, run through himself,
Yes,
fly
one
2 or
green.
3. Danger with this sort of shot, and the weight he needs is that if he misses it, the ball's going to go well through the head. If he doesn't make a connection,
No.
the ball will go off, and that will be the end of the first set. Yep, ball's off. No need to play these. Bit of practice, that's all. Nothing more. Well, they're playing it on. They really don't need to. In fact, I'm surprised that they just didn't say that the set is over. Once the ball went in the ditch, that was the end of it. Still, that's what he wanted to play with the third ball to give himself a chance. Missed it. Played it with the fourth. Lifts a double.
2 shots to Duncan Christie. First set to
Scoring
Gary
a little
Smith.
bit more respectable. But after the 4 and the 6 end, it was always going to be Gary Smith that lifts that first set. Takes it comfortably in the end. 12 shots to 6.
Of course, people looking at the picture may see that there's 2 cups up there. Of course, there are actually 2 winners in this tournament, which of course is for 2 tour cards. Each player being given a guarantee into each of the WBT televised ranking events for the coming season. So it's quite a big thing to play for,
Jack
David.
25
Absolutely,
metres.
you know, it is a big thing to play for, and to be truthful with you, you know, it's very much prized. It's the qualifiers, you guarantee certain things. I've qualified for the International Open next year, which fortunately will be here, which is good for me because I like this rink. But you obviously want to play in the Worlds, and you want to play in Scotland as well, and you want to have that opportunity to guarantee attendance at those events.
I think more as well, it gives the players the opportunity, depending on their skills and their games, to try to break into the top 16 or get relatively close within a single season, because it guarantees you, you know, each event. Gary starting off well again.
It's a little cradle grip that Duncan uses. Little flick with the fingers at the end. Doesn't have a long extension on the follow through. Well, the mat's up the rink a little bit, but it's still fairly long. You see, look like that. Gary's got a full extension on the arm that goes through on the line that the ball's going out. Very easy to fall short.
2 red.
Do you think there's a right and a wrong grip, David, for people playing bowls, or just something that you get comfortable with? Individual styles.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes away and lands on the jack, that's the right grip to use. You know, we've had some players with very strange deliveries. Some haven't been terribly pretty. Some haven't been orthodox. Some of the best players in the world have had funny little deliveries, but it's the end result that counts.
True. I mean, I think one of the strangest ones I've ever seen and still remember to this day is, of course, Tails from Australia, who used to wind it up behind his back before releasing it.
There have been a few people. Might be a runner here. Looks like a big target. Got a chance. Needs the ball. Difficult weight to play. Good effort though. The trouble is, it's going to be costly.
Definitely 2. Favourites only 2. I think green is the third ball.
He's just the marker thinks it's just the 2, but once again Gary Smith's looking at picking up a hefty count. A little touch in the jack will make the 4.
Target.
Oh, he's got the ball. Well, that looks like it's going to be a 3. Don't think the 4th one is in. Dan Blewett, our marker, seemed to think there was 2 before the last ball.
Oh, he's asked for a measure.
Just right. Francis Fletcher will sort it out, and quickly. Which we like to see as a really good umpires that we have in the World Bowls Tour, simply because they're quick, they're accurate, and don't keep the players hanging about.
Three shots to Gary Smith.
3 it is. Oh, that's the 3rd treble in this match. So in 9 ends that they've played, Gary Smith has scored 3 threes. And that's heavy scoring.
Jack length 27 metres.
Some good matches coming up tomorrow. Some very good players will be on show.
Well, I think that you've got Les Gillett who's coming through. I watched him actually win his berth here, and I have to say that he was like the Les Gillett of old, and he was drawing to within a cigarette paper on a lot of the shots. So, yes, I do think tomorrow is going to be a really good day on the TV screens.
There's going to be a lot of people that will recognise the names of some of the people coming through. Neil Smith's here, Danny Denson, as we have said. Billy Jackson.
Yes, Billy Jackson will be another one.
Ex-world champion, Billy Jackson. And again, those are the sort of players that go to the top 16 wouldn't be happy about playing. So it's a challenging event, this. There's no doubt about that. And every single match you win, you'll fight hard for it. Duncan, you've lost the plot with that ball. It's a bit loose. Because you'll get punished on this rink if you start playing loose balls. And Gary will take the chance to just draw away. He's not been asked terribly difficult questions at the moment. Hasn't needed to play any weight shots, any conversion shots. He's been just drawing to the jack.
Looks slightly better this one, does Duncan?
Needs to run.
Needs to run a bit more though.
It's not bad. Good effort. Hard for us to tell. Gary Smith happy enough to change his hand and stay away from that ball, so he must still be lining the shots. He's caught on the outside.
Oh.
Annoyed at that because the weight was good. So marker has confirmed that it's 2 to red, and it's another one where Duncan needs to get out of trouble. Playing inside the line this time with a little bit of weight. Get the ball, get the jack. Don't get the gap.
Just got on edge, which took him clean through it.
2 shots to Gary Smith.
Another 2 to Gary there.
And keep doing this, the scoreboard will tick over. Every single end he's scoring multiples. Doesn't take long before your opponent is out of sight. Difficulty for Duncan is he's not getting in with those first 2 deliveries. He's not putting the pressure on.
Jack length 29 metres.
You want Gary to be forced into playing weight shots, into the difficult ones to get out of. That's not happening at the moment. Plenty of time though.
Do you think also, David, that when you're not picking up shots yourself, end after end, it tells on yourself? You've got to dig deep within yourself to try to find it.
Well, it depends how well you're playing. I think if you're playing well and you're not picking up shots, you start getting frustrated. There's no doubt about that. But if you're struggling yourself and you're not asking the questions of the opponent by getting good balls in, then you just accept the fact it's not your day. This is what he needs to do. This is exactly what he needs to do.
Has he got the weight, David?
Should slide under. He's got a strong bias ball. Just needs a little pound more now, Duncan. If you can add another, turn the jack round the corner.
once again.
One green.
Just that little bit short on it.
He wasn't too far away, to be fair. It's easy to drop a foot.
Gary's trying hard.
One green.
Another opportunity for Duncan, and I love the player profiles that we send in to you, Richard, because you look at Duncan's and you think to yourself, you know, hobbies and interests: jive dancing and paragliding. So there you go.
There you
That's
go.
two extremes. Both very enjoyable, no doubt about that. Don't think there's too many of the bowlers I know would be terribly good at jive dancing. Maybe one or two have been paragliding. Maybe not physically, but certainly in their minds occasionally. But, a good sport. So a bit of a thrill seeker on that one. Chance for this. Needs to rest the red and fall in.
That's the one.
Got to the green. Perfect shot.
One red.
Well, I used to do Ciroc, which was similar to jive dancing, but I will confess to never having taken up paragliding.
Sounds too dangerous to me. Now, little runner. Ooh, didn't get it away well. That bumped out of the hand and wobbled a bit. Yep, little shake of the arm there. It didn't look right. Once you go outside a line, there's no chance of getting back. And Gary Smith, good balls in the head, 3 against 1, but picks up a single. He's keeping the scoreboard ticking over. This is what he's good at. That's what makes him such a dangerous player.
Again, Gary's a player that, when I've watched him in the qualifiers, he's always calm. Very rarely do you see him start making facial expressions or seem to lose his way. He's always
30.5
concentrating.
You have to work hard to get here. You don't want to mess it up, and you want to give it everything. But Gary generally is a very calm guy. So I've known him a long time, and he's always been the same. Really enjoy playing against him for that reason.
Yep, here he is again. A beautiful line.
He's using a tiger ball, Gary, a wide swinging ball, a bit like myself. I'm using a wide ball, a Drake's Pride XP, which just a new ball in the market. Seem to be marketing that as a more of an outdoor ball, but I think it's very good for indoors because I like a big swinging ball.
Well, I'm not in your league, David, I must confess, but like you, when I do play, I do prefer a bowl with a swing. I believe you can get far better results from that than some of these tight line bowls, certainly on rinks like here at Blackpool and others that I've played on.
That's a good wide line. All down to weight. It will get back. It's just a matter of pushing it. Has he got it? I don't think so. Well, again, that's that first 2 balls. He's not making an impact.
Not giving any pressure whatsoever to Gary at all.
Still a bit of space there. Albeit 3 shots. Still room to draw it. Has to do it with this one. Otherwise he's going to be in a heap of trouble.
He cannot afford to drop another triple.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks good.
this is coming in nicely.
Very good. Well done. Might have...
Have you one down,
Let me
Gary?
see, he's got 2 or 3 seconds here and Gary might be tempted to have a look at this. He's one shot down. If he peels the ball out, pressure would be on to save it.
16 inches.
Might look for this with a little bit of an inside line. Yes, he is. Playing for the ball. Just trying to time the ball around the front ones. Needs to hurry though. Needs to run.
Just going.
Oh, he's got the jack. And where's it going though? Well, I don't think that's going to help. Certainly out wide. Should make it back okay. It's all about having good weight. Draw number 1. Wow, that's struggle.
No. There was a chance missed there.
Spare opportunity, but we're not even sure his line. We think it's 1 to green. Balls are being chalked up for the measure. Could be 1 to red. Makes it even more punishing. It is.
It is.
Oh dear. That last ball really needed to be there. I know how hard it is though.
One shot.
Once you go out in that wide line. Certainly won in my match when the jack was pushed off and put on the respot, and I dropped it short because I just wasn't quite sure how far I could go out. But once again, scoreboard keeps ticking over in favour of Gary Smith. Slowed down a little bit with 2 singles, but 7-0 after 4 ends.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
Looking very comfortable. The man from Tyne and Weir.
It looks like once again he's got his nice line going out there. Oh, Duncan seems to have found one this time, David. But again, just dropping short, but his line was very good.
Yes, it's that lack of pressure is the problem. He's just not finding the first 2 balls, and he'll be very frustrated, really, himself, because he's better than this. You don't win qualifiers unless you're playing very good stuff. But he's just not applying the pressure at the moment. Gary seems to have just loosened up a little bit.
Still plenty of room there for Duncan to pop himself in there. Well, can he just...
Yep, good enough. Got the edge, preferred to have missed it, but it's good enough for number 1. Well, he has to negotiate the front one as soon as he gets past
just
that.
get round that.
We can't tell. We'll have to wait for the marker to tell us. So favours
Pitch
1
on
to
the
green.
ball. 3 inches past jack high.
Just needs to run.
Short again.
He's just dropped it on the inside. Still time for Duncan Christie to get back into this match, but there's just no sign of him grouping balls around the jack.
Gary's let him off. Is he just going to slide through?
So I think it's gone to green.
It's very close.
Well, Marker must have said it was close because it's the only reason it would come up. Duncan needs the shot this end. Really can't afford to be 8-0 down, and 4 ends to go, he'll start to chase the match. Good shot in the backhand if he wants it. Through the gap for the jack to make the double. Alternate would be to play the forehand on the draw. Yep, going down the narrow line. Got a chance with this. I think he's on a decent line with it. Needs to hold.
Just going. Can he?
Oh, that's
just
unlucky.
caught the edge.
Not only that, but he's rocked the red ball. And that may be enough just to lose it on the measure.
I'll take everything out. You don't want measure.
I've only got one in there.
So take all the other balls away so that the umpire can get in very quickly. If it was close before, that red ball's certainly a lot closer now. Looks like it's run the red. Little box measure. As its origins back to the early 1900s when it was first developed for the game of bowls. Won the red.
So that's Gary 8-0 into the 6th end. It's going to be very hard for Duncan now. Still time, but it's going to be an uphill battle, isn't it, David?
Yes, it is. And he'll be disappointed because you go through a qualifier, you play all those matches and put yourself under pressure. And put yourself under a lot of physical pressure as well, playing those matches in one day. And coming here, you've put the practice in. I know it's like I've been on the green a couple of times, 3 times actually, for short periods, just trying to get the feel of it. And he's just not performing to his potential that he would normally play. So he'll be annoyed at himself. Still good experience though, and you put that in your locker, come back the next time, unless he starts to play really well over the next 2 or 3 ends.
Gary's put him under immediate pressure with one very close to the jack.
Yeah, this one's short. Second one going in. That's exactly what he's been doing all match, just rolling balls in, keeping the pressure on and making sure his opponent doesn't get a chance to build things up. A bit of a free run. That's a good effort.
Probably good enough for second, looking at it. Difficult to see, but...
Gary's moved on to the forehand and dropped short.
Certainly one
No
red.
value in that shot.
Back bowl. Play the all green a second.
Now, Duncan, you need to reach with this. Give yourself a chance to disturb it.
Yeah, unfortunately, hasn't reached again, David. Not really doing himself any favours.
Building up the position to do much. Ball still available to go out, but to make a gap, it looks like it's more than likely going to hit the jack. Gary needs to just to drop around it, and that's what he's doing. Oh, it's a very good ball.
Good ball there. Very good ball.
Well, Duncan, you are in a heap of trouble here. Yep, there's the runner. Should start to sweep away.
It has.
Back ball out, but it's still going to be 1 to red. Scoreboard keeps ticking over.
One shot, Gary Smith.
One more to Gary Smith. 9-0. 3 ends to go, but I would expect this to be the last end of this match. Duncan Christie has to lift at least a double. The last 2 ends to be played out.
No, as you said before, David, it's a shame because for Duncan to get here, he's had to play some incredible matches to beat some really top bowlers in the PBA circuit.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Gary once again not wasting any time, sticking one straight on it.
Sniff the winner's line. No doubt about that. He knows it's just one good end here and they'll be shaking hands.
He's having a look. Just slid past.
Well, a short ball, a little chance to again play something very similar to try and turn the jack round the corner. Hand and delivery just swung across the body there. Looks like a decent line to me though. Got a chance with this one.
Wait, it's
One red.
Oh,
just slid past again, David. It's
it's two good
but
balls.
still in a place where if he can just lift that jack, Gary doesn't shut him out with this bowl.
He's dropped it short. There's another. He's dropped
No,
it
he's
way
dropped
on
it.
the outside.
Yeah.
That's going to narrow it down. Possible, but difficult. So this might be an opener to try and get a look at it. Yeah,
It is.
needs to make contact, and he is. It's all about the split
He's
and
got a
run.
split here.
Oh, he didn't pick up the jack.
Oh dear. But once again, he's now got 3 bowls just behind the jack, David. If Gary doesn't shut him out, might. It's a slim chance there.
Could easily have picked the jack up on the run through for 3.
Yeah.
That would have been just an unbelievable result. Gary's looking for the cover now to the green ones. Can't afford to be short with it.
Didn't look too happy, but
It's a match lie, but it's possible to play bowl on the bowl. get the two of them out or to come around it with good weight.
Yep.
Either way,
Yeah, he's going up to have a look.
it's not a nice one to look at really, because he needs really good weight to drop around it and turn the jack for 4. Ball on the ball, get the edge. No guarantees on that one either.
Put a smile on his face, David.
Well, looks like he's going to play the runner then. It's a bit of a hit and hope. It's possible, but not easy. Well, decided to go for the draw shot, and this isn't easy. There's nothing easy about this. Yeah,
No, not quite.
not quite there.
Unfortunately.
Yep, it's going to be 2 more
Another
to
2 to Gary.
Gary Smith, and he's won this second set very comfortably at
2
11-0.
shots, second set. Matt.
Scored in
Gary
every
Smith.
end, 3-2, 4 singles and a double to finish the match off. The first set, 12 shots to 6. Second set, 11 shots to 0, and a very comfortable win in the end for Gary Smith. Man from the northeast. We'll be delighted to have got over the first round. So, first 2 matches on this new vehicle on YouTube.
Yes, it's well, like you said, David. First 2 matches, and then of course we kick off again tomorrow morning at 9:30, David, with another full day of it.
Yes, and I'll be here. It'll be very, very busy. I have a busy day tomorrow to be in commentating mode. But I think this is an opportunity for me to bring in other people and different voices, which will be good as well. Having said that, there's some big names going to be playing tomorrow, and it'll be very much worthwhile to join us at any stage of the day. But if you're really keen, get up early in the morning and join us at 9:30 for yet another first round match here at Newton Hall.